Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. It is June 12th. Hope everybody had a good yesterday. Good day yesterday. This market's gapping up right now, even before CPI is coming out. All right. So, does the market know something? Who knows? All right. But the one thing that's big in the CPI headline number, especially, is that crude came down. All right. And that could affect the number to make it lower. They're actually, I don't even, they're expecting it to stay in line, I believe. The headline 3.4, I believe they're expecting core to come down 0.1. We'll see. We'll see. But right now, we're gapping up. Yesterday, we kind of, I wouldn't call it a breakout, but a big move to the other side of balance. We came down, tested the other side, came back the other way, which is expected when in balance. That's what happens. If you can't go one way, you go back the other way. All right. That's what happened yesterday. I mean, Apple had a crushing day. I think they were up 7% yesterday. They just crushed. I actually did see that pullback in the morning, and I was like, that kind of pulled back to a key level. I wonder if that's going to. And it did. It took off. All right. People getting ahead of it with their conference. They were underwhelmed, but then I guess people just said, hey, OpenAI relationship with Apple. Wow, they're going into the future, I guess. And that drove the market. All right. So today we have CPI coming out at 8:30 a.m. All right. Then we have FOMC. Like I said before, this is doesn't I think it happened 8 times before. The last time is in 2020. So this is a big data-filled day. All right. Put your seatbelts on. All right. So without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the markets. Also use Anchor VWAP's gamma exposure levels, supply and demand, and the most traded price of the year, the month, the rolling week, and the previous day. It just helps me find my edge in the market. That's what I use. That's my roadmap. Works for me. Right? It doesn't have to work for everybody, but hopefully you can join me and see how I analyze the markets. Do this every day at 8:10 a.m. And hopefully you can join me. Okay, by subscribing, setting an alert. All right, be much appreciated. Also, if you like my content, do it now or later. You can give me a big thumbs up or a like, and you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. All right. So we will look at the numbers live at 8:30. First, we'll go into the watch list and the futures. Let's see what we have going on here. All right, leading the board is crude. Now, crude went through the most traded price of this year and of the last year, and is still running higher. So, will it go to the top of the balance area previously? We'll see. It's up 1.18% today. Ether's up 1.18%. The VIX is up 1.32%. It's holding to over 13. Silver's up 0.8. Bitcoin's up 0.58 after dipping yesterday. Russell's up 0.53. Nasdaq's up 0.16. ES up 0.16. The Dow's up 0.14. Gold's up 0.11. 30-year bonds being bought. Bond, gold, dollar. That should change today a couple times with CPI and the FOMC. Let's go over to the Mag 7 Plus. Who's leading this morning? And it's Coinbase. Up 0.54, followed by Snow, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google. All right, if we have laggards, let's see, Boeing, Baba, Apple. Apple, huge day yesterday, over 200. A little profit taking before the big numbers come out. That's fine. Let's look at the top sector stocks. Qualcomm leading the pack, up 0.67. Eli Lilly, Chevron, Exxon, energy stocks getting love. Only laggards Costco, which is not much of a laggard. Let's look at the swing trade list. We have Oracle. Oracle up 7.37%. GameStop up 2.82. Taiwan Semiconductor up 2.59. Broadcom up 1.72. ARM up 1.67. Affirm, AstraZeneca, MicroStrategies, Uber. That's leading. All right, lagging. Paramount Global, Nextera Energy, Accenture, I believe that is. Palantir. Not much really down. Remember, you got big numbers coming today, so is that number not making sense? Hold on a second here. Okay, let's go on to sectors. Leading the pack, semiconductors up 0.66. People not scared about this CPI number coming out, I guess. Followed by technology. So heavyweights are moving in the market, not energy, but financials. Financials took a big dip yesterday, even though the market went up. There's no laggard this morning. All right. I mean, it looks like the market's trying to tip its hand bullish for these numbers. I would probably lean bullish just because energy has dipped. Like I said, that they're not even expecting the numbers to go down for the headline number, just core. So why don't we look at that? Okay, why don't we look at that together before the numbers drop? All right. So let's go to today. So today we have, let's see, core inflation year over year. Expected 3.5, previously 3.6, so we're expecting it to go down 0.1, right? And then the core inflation, I mean, the headline inflation number 3.4, 3.4 is supposed to stay the same. So think about that. If energy has gone down, and we hit a 3.3, 3.2, market's gonna like that. Okay. Of course, we have the Fed rate, the FOMC today at 2 p.m. 5.5. We're expected to pause, stay the same. Now I think the dot plot's coming out today. Might give some future to see how many rate cuts are going to be priced in. All right. Then you got the FOMC, the conference at 2:30 where Powell speaks. So usually this statement comes out, you get some initial movement, and then as Powell speaks, you get other movements. So that's big data coming out today. That is at 8:30. All right. Now, is there much news? Let's see. Upgrades wise, let's just see what we have going on here. Nothing really. Downgrades. I think I saw Nextera get a downgrade. Paramount Global got a downgrade. I'm just trying to see anything that really sticks out to me. Not really anything here. Let's see. Raises targets. That's interesting. Nextera got a price target raise. Let's see. Oracle got a bunch of price target raises. Uber, price target raise. Let's see them. They got lower. Autodesk, price target lowered. Celsius, price target lowered. Harley Davidson, price target lowered. PepsiCo, price target lowered. All right. That's that. On the news front, let's see here. Let's say Apple, Oracle stock rose 8.2 after the computer technology group announced 2 partnerships with ChatGPT maker OpenAI and Google Cloud in a bid to extend the, look at that. That's why Oracle's moving, right? Oracle's moving. We got GameStop. NEO fell 4.5. The European said it would slap higher tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles. Paramount Global stock fell 1.7 after Reuters reported that Shari Redstone, Paramount's largest stake shareholder, has ended talks with David Ellison Skydance Media, killing the potential sale of the controlling stake in the media. That makes sense. Let's see, Tesla. Barclays analysts noted that the potential failure to approve Elon Musk's compensation plan is a critical source of downside risk for the electric vehicle car maker. FedEx stock rose 0.2 after the parcel delivery company announced it's planning to cut 1,700 and 2,000 back office jobs in Europe. So that's what's going on there. Let's see what else in the juice. I'm not really seeing here. We're just waiting this big data, really. Let's see if there's anything over here that I didn't already talk about. Not really. Nothing really here. I think we could just go right over to the daily charts. Pretty simple. By the way, 10-year yield currently is down 0.36%. Just to show you that real quick. Boop. 10-year yield just reported 820. It is down 0.41% prior to CPI. Okay, back to the daily charts. Alright, so made a new all-time high, 537.01. You can see we're still just in this range, right? Don't be, that wasn't really a true breakout of this range. That could happen today, alright? That could happen today. Where we at now, 537.74. We are right here, 537.74. We're gapping up. We're in all-time high territory pre-market. Okay, let's look at futures so you can take a better look at what I'm talking about here. Here we go. That's where we are right now. Okay, not a lot of analysis going to come from me right now. Just that we looks, anything can happen with these numbers. It just looks like the market wants higher, but who knows? Okay, in the Qs, so that was, the Qs did actually break out. Okay, because of Apple, because of Microsoft. Okay, 468.14 new all-time high in the Qs. Where are we now in the Qs? 468.77, 468 gapping up as well. Let's look at that in the futures. There you go. Okay, right there, broke out. Those three candles had shorts there. Boom, ripped. That's really what's going on this morning. And now we can look at the triple-headed monster, right, and just see where we're at with yields. So yields, look at that, big spike up, big spike down, big spike up. Now it's coming back down, right? Market doesn't know what it wants. Let's see what happens here, right, with this yield. Let's look at the dollar, because the dollar was on a little bit of a tear. All right, pulling back today a little bit. All right, like I said, these are going to change very dramatically based on this number. The VIX, all right, holding 13. If this number is bullish, I just expect we go back down to 12. All right, then wait for FOMC. Might not even move that much, maybe, because FOMC is later. So that's your triple-headed monster. All right, still got 8 minutes to the news drops. Well, we can get into some market profile, volume profile. I can kind of explain. If you looked at my pre-market plan yesterday, kind of pretty much worked out to the T here. I'll explain it. I can explain it a little more in depth today because of what I explained yesterday. Okay, and let's just talk about it here. So we are still in balance, folks. All right, this high only hit this high yesterday. That's where we closed in the SPY. You can see the profile is very balanced. Okay, waiting for more data, right? This was simply balance rules. Okay, so this was our area that we were balancing in. Okay, and what we did yesterday, so we can break it out. Let's break out yesterday's range. All right, that's what we did yesterday. It was 30-minute bars. Okay, so what did we do? Remember I said this is the chop zone. Remember I talked about that yesterday. I said you don't want to initiate trade there, and I told you guys what's going to happen off the open. I said we're going to test an inside out trade, right? I don't like being here, so I was like, we're going to test this side or we're going to test this side. Well, we went down. Okay, now while we went down, we opened here, we pushed down. See where we pushed down into? I left these single prints here on purpose. Single prints from the past right here. Monthly VWAP right there. Okay, this is at the bottom of the range. What happened? Okay, I want to show you guys what happened, right? What happened when we went into the single prints? Well, we would push down, pushed up, held. This is the previous day's lows, right here, right there. So let's see what we did. We came open, slammed down, right? Now what's going to happen is, okay, people are going to get excited. I said people get excited when price action happens, right? But if you're not aware of balance rules, you're going to think, oh my God, this market's breaking down low, or get excited, right? And the only sector in the morning that was green was technology. Why? Microsoft and Apple. So and that's the sector that moves the market. Okay, so they were green, and everything else was on the board was red. So what happened is you pushed into these single prints, couldn't clean them. Okay, when you can't clean them and they should not be supportive, that is bullish. We pushed up, we held the previous day's lows, and then it was off. I actually went long here, right here, and rode it up about here for me. And I thought we were gonna break there, but it pulled back. And then that was the big move right here, because you had a poor high, and then it ripped, took out this weak high here. Okay, before this data drops, it gives me a second to explain why this works, right? Why this works. Let me put this back to a profile, okay, and I'll explain it. Right. So in balance, you just have to think about this psychologically and logically. So when you're in balance, okay, you're in a range. You're in a range until you're not. Okay. So whenever you're in this type of range, okay, you got to think about it. Whoever's here, which in this case would have been shorts, shorts, shorts. Think about that. Everybody's short here, and the market goes down. Right? Well, if they can't get any farther movement down, what do you think these shorts are going to do? What happens is these shorts, they turn into buyers to take profits, right? And then as soon as like a marker like a low, a daily low, like this, starts to get held, okay, what's going to happen for new shorts who shorted this open? They're going to get their stops run. They turn into buyers, right? These guys take profits, and then you get new buyers coming in, and that just forces everything to shift back to the other side of balance. That's why that happens. It's just the way it works, because balance is, okay, from this side everybody's short to this side. When the shorts can't move, everybody comes back to the other side. That's how balance works. Does it work perfectly that like every time? But it usually does work that way. And another reason why this worked is we're waiting for big data today. So before big data comes out and you see the market start to tick down like that, that's another reason. Okay, let me just see. Prove to me sellers can really break out to the downside before a big data? I don't think so. Does it happen sometimes? Yes, but most likely you're going to get buyers stepping in because nobody knows what's going to happen. Let's stay in balance. Let's stay safe before data comes out. Okay? That's why that happens. Now, there's also balance rules, which means this is the range, right? Here's another tip for you. There's also a look above and fail. So let's say we break up here, okay, and you can't really hold. You come back, well, guess what? You're going to go all the way back to this side. And if you break lower, here's another tip. If you break lower, what usually happens is the width of this balance, like this width, that's called, oh, oh, data dropped. Data dropped. Let's see it. 8:30. What the heck? Whoa. My God. I don't know if you guys saw that. It just literally gapped up in data. Wow. As suspected, I'm assuming these numbers are bullish. Let's check them out. All right, let's check out the numbers. I started talking, got too. All right, so let's look at the year over year. There it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Any money that energy, the dip in energy helped out. Look, expecting 3.4, we got 3.3. Bullish. Okay. What about the core? Core even beat. They expected 3.5, you got 3.4. So you're starting your day off with bullish. So things are ripping higher right now. Ripping. It actually, my data froze and gapped up. So let's I'm gonna go to an hourly chart. Let's check this out. This is what I expected. Not expected the number, but this is very bullish now. So let's look at the hourly charts with me. All right. You can see what happened here. That was kind of weird. But let's go look at this hourly chart together. So big move. Inflation's coming down in the numbers. Okay. Disinflation. So big move up. Now what's real important here, we're going to look at that triple-headed monster. And the triple-headed monster, let's see what's going on with yields. Now, this is pretty big, okay? Yields in the VIX. Look at the VIX. Dropped down 3.81%. 10-year yield sunk 2.88%. Sunk, okay? Dollars down big. This is driving the market higher right now. So very interesting before FOMC. Okay? Lighten up the boards here. That is very big inflation numbers for the market. Alright, let's look at the Mag 7. How are we looking? Coinbase, rocketing back up. 3.3% snow. AMD. AMD, if you haven't been watching it, it's had support at 160. This just gets up to 162 and a half. That could be a really, that's a good balance. I could show you that real quick because I don't think I'm going to get into much analysis today. Let's see here. Let's look here. And we can look at NVIDIA. I'm sorry, AMD. That's what I just want to see here. AMD. Let's just look at this little profile here. So, look at this balance in AMD. Okay. Now we can put this is real time, right? So this is extended hours as well. And these are echo volume bars. I love these bars because it just shows the biggest volume. Now look at that big volume bar here selling off. Then it ripped up, right? Now, look what happened here. This is a perfect example of a look up below and fail. Now, I don't know if this necessarily comes to fruition, but look, you're staying in this range. And right here, this candle, see, we tried to go lower yesterday. Now, could be a classic example of a look below and fail. So what can happen here is the shorts that came in here, if we start to take out, let's say 165, probably going to the other side of balance, and this could propel AMD higher. So you need to start pushing up more, right? Tesla's also been in balance for a long time. You'll see Tesla. Look at Tesla. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Hit here. Couldn't cross as well. I don't know. All right, but the Coinbase kind of pulled back, now moving back up. Okay. So just wanted to show you guys that. Craziness. These markets are just nuts. Wow. Pretty crazy. So they were beats. That's just all the fuel the market needed right now. You're getting a breakout. So now, what is FOMC gonna do? You imagine if FOMC takes off cuts for the year or something like that. Well, that could be a big reversal. So we have to see. We have to see, because no one's expecting any kind of a rate hike or a cut right now. Okay, not right now. So very, very interesting. Now the Fed might be like, "Hey, if this is working." I don't know. It'd be very interesting what the Fed says today, because he's going to have this data in hand. Now we did tick up unemployment as well to 4%. So he could be asked about that. Hey, unemployment just ticked up to 4. So if we tick up again, that's going to bring cuts in, because he said that's one of the things that would make them act as if unemployment gets higher, right? Just stuff to think about. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the market profile. And I had a big gap up in my data. That's so crazy. So I'll show you guys this. Let's look at that. I just was like, why is this frozen? Boom. It just like gapped up in my data for some reason. There's not much to analyze here. Really not. Maybe if I even refresh the data. Let me refresh the data. Maybe that will fill that in. Wonder if, let's look at the NASDAQ. See, the NASDAQ didn't do that with the data. I mean, the only thing you can really focus on right now, I'll be honest with you, there's a couple things you can focus on. All right. You got the midpoint. So this is considered overnight half gap, half back, or the 50% retracement of this move. So 193.35 in the NASDAQ, I would see if that becomes support. Now you got the gap fill at 192.57 right here. See all that volume just here? It just got boom. I don't know how high this thing can go. Now this could be the move. See, you got volume pushing out here. We could just do this and then wait for FOMC. Come down here. So this makes trading not very interesting for me, being honest with you. Because like the move just happened. Okay. NASDAQ broke out yesterday. Now we're higher again. Gapping up. Big gaps are very hard to deal with. Like I said, only thing you can look at is midpoint of this move to see if you get support here. Then I suspect you'll get some decent trading for an hour, and then I think everything will die down. And I would suspect that we hang out here. Now, if we get super weak, do we fill that gap and then wait for FOMC? I don't know. I don't know. You don't have a lot of good volume here. I mean, that's not good structure. But if it holds, it's bullish. Okay. I'm going to go back over to my data here. And I guess that data is just not there right now. It's okay. Let's do a Fibonacci here. All right, so what's half back midpoint? 54.05 is the level in futures for ES right here. That is a level to watch. 54.05. Okay, gap fill at 53.86. Like I said, I'm not too ecstatic on this big gap, because it's like this is a big move. This is a breakout higher. Okay, I would call this a little bit of an exhaustion gap because you have this big level right here, this high that was not broken yesterday, and now you're gapping above that. So, you know, if you get a pullback, if anybody was still short yesterday, that's what I'm saying. They might, when you get to that 50%, take their money back. They become buyers because they were short, and the market could sit up here and wait. Right? That's all really I have for today because it's like, because I'll be honest with you, if this comes back and all the way and fills that gap to 53.86 to wait for FOMC, that's really like, all right, everybody had their fun, take profits. Now we wait for FOMC. We have to really see. I honestly don't know what to think. So, that's about as much analysis as I want to give right now because I don't really like these big gaps like this. Like the move just happened, and I'm not really interested in just going and shorting this move. So really, really interesting right now how this market's going to open. Very, very interesting. Okay. Alrighty, that will be it for me today. And like I said, I'm being honest with you. I don't like this big gap. So like, I don't want to sit here and tell you this is the most high probability setup today. It's really not. It's really not something I like when the market gaps up that big and the news is nothing but positive. Okay. And then you have FOMC. So, should be an interesting day to say the least. So, I hope everybody has a good day. Stay green, stay patient. Big gaps are very hard to trade. All right, you're better off in individual stocks on days like this. So I'll be watching. I'm still long coin, still long AMD. Um, I still have BABA. Hopefully, I have BABA in a little longer thing. It's a pain in the ass BABA because they're from China and it gaps up, gaps down every day. That's why I have a low risk options play on it. Because of this big number and stuff like that. So not much risk on there. So that will be it for me today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed my analysis, my take. All right. Please come join me every day at 10 a.m. Subscribe, set an alert. All right. And please give me a thumbs up or a like if you enjoy my content. And again, you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. All right. I'm gonna try to do a format. I've been saying this, but I really want to try to start doing some type of format where I do some type of like maybe the first hour, half hour, whatever I feel like what I see in the market, right? And then maybe give a midday recap, and then maybe a recap of the day. Maybe I want to do a format where I do it every day. I don't want to say I'm going to do it one day and then I don't do it. I actually want to make it a format, and you can see what I'm seeing when the market's open, right? You guys see what I see pre-market, so I'm going to work on that format until I roll it out, all right? But just know that that's probably coming in the pipe, all right? So everybody have a great day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Big day today, FOMC. We will have to see what transpires today. It'll be very interesting. All right. Everybody have a great day.